Hi everyone, welcome to Making Stuff with Casey.
Hello again, long time no see. I'm back. We're making stuff with me, Casey, and I got more weird stuff for ya. So, my husband really likes gross things. And the gross thing of the day that he picked up was Circus peanuts. These fantastical little beasts. That's really loud. They might be banana, they might be orange. We don't know what flavor they are. They say marshmallow, and that's a lie. And I was looking at the bag after eating way too many for how much I don't like them. And there's a recipe on the back. And so this episode had to happen. Today we're going to be making Circus peanut gelatin. So that's going to start with us chopping up these peanuts, adding orange Jello, mandarin oranges, making sure to save the juice to dump that in because we're not wasting anything, and whipped topping. And this is going to supposedly make a very light and airy dessert. So I'm going to start by heating up some water to make that Jello. And we'll all know when it's done because I got one of those cool whistly pots. So we're going to start by chopping up. It said about 30 of these. They don't say how big or anything. I'm just going to... These get melted into the Jello to impart their wonderful flavor. They're so hard. They're so hard. They're not marshmallows. Or it's like if you left a marshmallow sit out way too long. Like I'm afraid, I have a pretty sharp knife. And I'm afraid I'm going to cut myself because these are so hard. They may have been because they were in the clearance bin that they got this hard. But it's like the styrofoam, like hard. Like you could probably insulate your house with these. I read a little bit of the history about the Circus peanut, and that made a lot more sense because it came from the 1800s when people didn't know what good candy was. And they used to sell one peanut for a penny, but it was only a seasonal item because they said because of the packaging, which, I mean, if they're supposed to be this hard to begin with, I don't know why you even need to package them. You can just set them in a barrel and hope that people buy them. I also really wanted to do a Jello recipe sometime soon. And so everything just kind of came together. I want to do the infamous spaghetti-o hot dog Jello really badly. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to cut. I feel like I could break it with my fingers easy. I'm just gonna do that. Oh, look how easy it is. I was gonna be all fancy. Chop stuff up for ya. Because last time I was like, everything's done. I want to show them a little bit more of the process. I know how to use a knife. I went to culinary school. But tearing it is way easier. So because we're working with Jello, this does take a little bit of time. You have to mix it together and then let it half set, not whole set, because then you whip in the whipped topping. Okay, get out of here. Go away. We're then going to dissolve the gelatin and peanuts together to make something that shouldn't exist. Orange Jello smells pretty good. Get this whipped topping open. The recipe just says 2 cups, and that's not very specific, so I got the big boy today. I'm sure I have chocolate syrup laying around, and I'll make something that actually tastes good for dessert. And then this is molded in a cake pan. And it doesn't say to grease the pan, but I greased it anyway because I don't trust it. So we already drained our oranges. I cut them up a little bit because it just says dump them in, and I don't want big pieces of mandarin orange in my Jello dessert. It also called as an alternative substitute for crushed pineapple, which I feel like might taste better with the peanuts because they're supposed to be banana flavored. But I've had runs recently and that's a nice banana flavor. These taste like, I don't know what. The water is almost boiling. This took longer than anticipated. Taking a break. Taking a break. This is making stuff. Stuff can be anything. We can make soap. We can make food. There's many things to make. She's rumbling. Feeling wavy. Don't worry, Doug, I'm giving you lots of stuff to be weird with. I'm not a professional. No. I'm glad you guys like this stuff. Because it's just me being weird in my kitchen. They say a watch pot never boils. What about a pot that you're just waiting? And the flavor, I have to admit, is slightly growing on me because I keep eating them. Because I keep thinking the next one's going to be better. And we're boiling 2 cups of boiling water. We're gonna dissolve everybody in. Oh wow, it smells like orange Kool-Aid. I'm not mad about it. So there is more liquid in this than I thought. Because we're adding the syrup, which I think I could not find it in syrup. But I'm not mad about it because honestly, it will be sweet enough between the peanuts and this. It's in pear juice. So we got banana flavor, orange flavor, pear flavor, banana peanut. Oh my gosh, this is neon orange. These peanuts are not melting as fast as I thought. Maybe I was supposed to chop them smaller, but with how firm they are, probably could have used the food processor. It's not the worst color. It's safety cone orange. It's the color of danger. Marshmallow is light, soft, fluffy, and kind. These are hard and sad and old. These may actually be some of the original Circus peanuts from the 1800s. I'm gonna let it just sit in the hot water. I'll be back. I waited about 15 minutes. I thought maybe they just need to hang out in the hot water, melt down. That was not the case. I checked it and they weren't melting and the water was cooling down. So I decided to throw it in the microwave, and I had a microwave for about 5 minutes to melt them. But now we have a nice frothy orange mixture. So we are adding to the gelatin our mandarin orange juice and some water. So we're actually doubling the liquid. But the peanuts are made of gelatin and pectin, so they will, it's basically like more Jello. Hard, doesn't want to melt Jello. I'm gonna chill this in the refrigerator until partially set. So we're gonna chill it on down. I would call this partially set. It kind of looks like it's slimy and there's like little solidified chunks of marshmallow floating in it. Like there was like a foam that formed on top that just would not go away. And it looks like egg drop soup. So I'm gonna call it partially set. It's still kind of liquid, but there's definitely, it was more of a solid mass and I kind of whisked it up. It just smells like orange Jello. It doesn't have that like banana-y flavor. So the last step is to stir in the mandarin oranges. Get rid of that. And it definitely made it smell fresher. It's less like that like fake orange and more of like a actual orange flavor. Like a real orange scent, I guess. So then we add 2 cups of whipped topping. I did end up getting a little bit of the orange mixture in the Cool Whip. I'm sure it won't affect it that much. It's all sugar anyway. I'm just gonna, it says fold, but you'd really fold whipped cream. This has a much more textured structure. You can't really beat the air out of Cool Whip like you would out of actual whipped cream because the fat acts differently than the vegetable fat. So this is turning a nice creamsicle color. It's a little more orangey than flesh. And it's got the little chunks of mandarin in it and the little chunks of marshmallow. Like they're like teeny tiny, like pea-sized chunks. So after we mix that together, we're gonna pour into our pan, which does not say greased, but I don't trust them. So I'm going to grease my pan because Jello sometimes sticks and it's got the whipped cream and I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're pouring it in, yeah. I was gonna say, it looks kind of like Kraft macaroni and cheese still if you like added a block of cream cheese to it. Which definitely try out if you haven't before. Or just like a handful of cheddar. It elevates the experience. That and a shitload of black pepper. I'm gonna wash my hands. Because I am sticky. I'm just going over here, grab some plastic wrap. So this is still pretty liquidy, so be careful when you're popping it in the fridge. You don't want to spill it, get it all over your floor. It's like, it's pretty wiggly though. Ooh. Wiggly like me. This says to put it in the fridge until firmly set, and I don't have time to wait around, so I put it in the freezer, so it should be ready in probably about a half an hour. And then we will be back through the magic of Doug's fabulous editing. And we'll have him on for a taste test. He needs to go take a shower, but he's going to be handsome just for you. So we'll see you in a few. Oh, we've been recording this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hi, and welcome back to this. Making Stuff with Casey. Jello thing.
Joining you for the tasting is this.
Doug is back and ready and not that excited.
It doesn't look
his
good.
beloved circus peanuts have been turned into a wiggly, jiggly mess.
Look, I don't know. I don't know why you're making such a to-do about how much I love circus peanuts, because just yesterday I was like, I don't know why I eat these.
So, we're taking a scoop. It looks like 1950s. It looks like it's the color, the texture of the 1950s. And food, innovation. It looks like a piece of salmon, honestly. It's like, look, does that not look like a piece of salmon topped with whipped cream fraiche?
It's like salmon mousse.
So, we added more whipped cream in hopes that it will make it edible.
It doesn't smell like anything. Much like a circus peanut.
It's
Who
good.
was it that smelled a circus peanut the other day and made a face?
Me. It was me.
And I'm like, they don't smell like anything. What are you wincing at? Okay.
It doesn't really taste like anything.
Yeah, it tastes like citrus.
I
taste the orange.
The texture reminds me of those Yoplait whips. Like the whipped yogurts.
Mm-hmm. It might be a little thicker than that.
Okay. Surprise! It's not bad.
It's actually pretty good.
I feel like you don't actually need to use circus peanuts in this recipe. I feel like you could leave it out.
And just put in the whipped topping.
Yeah. Or double the Jello.
I think I can taste the circus peanuts, but it's just like a sweetness. It's not like a flavor. Because I don't think the circus peanuts actually taste like anything.
I ate this really fast because it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet.
It's shockingly
It's
good.
fluffy. I wouldn't make it again.
I mean, it's really surprising to me that of the things that you've made for this channel, only one of them hasn't been good.
Yeah.
And it was the one that sounded the most normal.
Yeah. But, yeah. Surprised, happily. Any final words, Doug?
Penis.
Thank you very much. Thanks for playing with us. Bye. I'm not using that outro.
More.
Thanks for playing with us.
We're playing with her penis.
Leave it in.